Hey, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Redstone9X here and welcome back to another command block tutorial video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do improved tree chopper commands in Minecraft. So this video is pretty much going to be an updated version of the one I did about 3 years ago back in 1.19. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Link will be in the description down below after you finish watching this video. By the way, shout out to Dipolar2849 for suggesting this video idea that I'm bringing back, so this video is for you. And now, before I go into more details on what those commands are to make this work, you know the drill. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that guys, let's begin today's video. Okay guys, so here are all the commands for her. So there's a bunch of commands to make this all work out. But don't worry, most of them are repeated in similar ways for a certain reason, but you'll see why later in this video. And, as always, I will leave a link in the description down below so you guys can copy and paste them into your worlds later on. Now, let us begin. So first off, as always, I'm going to demonstrate how this works. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to turn these commands on. And I'm going to get the Tree Chopper V2. So as the description says, be about 2 blocks away while chopping the bottom of the tree. And you'll notice that it also says single tree mode, but we'll circle back to that in just a second. But first, let's get on with the tree chopping. So I'm going to go into survival. And I've got 2 practice trees just to demonstrate how the axe works before we get into the actual trees over there. So first off, with this first one, you need to make sure you're around this level when you're looking at the tree and about 2 blocks away, like I said, and then you pretty much get 5 oak logs just like that. So nothing too crazy for those of you who have already seen this 3 years ago. So let's get into what's different about this axe. So hold on, let me put the wood in my inventory real quick. So what's different about the axe this time is that when you hold the axe in your offhand like this, you get a special yellow dye that says double tree mode. And basically when you right click this, your axe will change. So now it says double tree mode. And the description's a little different, so be about 2 blocks away while on the left side of the tree, chopping at the bottom of it. So what do I mean by that? So make sure you're standing about 2 blocks away, this particular corner of the tree. And it has to be the left side, otherwise this will not work properly. So when you chop the bottom of the tree here, as you can see, it pretty much took down that bigger tree with just one swing, or at least with one chop, you might say. So that is pretty handy. I mean, hold on. Actually, before I get into what I was gonna say, the same thing applies as when you had it in single tree mode. So when you have the double tree mode axe in your offhand, you get this special lime dye that says single tree mode. And when you right click this, you pretty much are able to switch back to single tree mode. Just like that. Okay, so what I was about to say is that you can obviously do the same thing with bigger trees like this. Meaning that you can still use single tree mode to chop down bigger trees, but obviously, compared to the double tree mode, it's a little bit slower. So with the double tree mode, it's much easier to take out double trees with just one chop of the axe, you might say. Okay, so now that you guys have seen the general idea on how the axe works, let's get into chopping the actual trees behind me. Starting with the oak tree right here. So let's break some of these leaves. And also let's switch the axe to single tree mode. And let's get chopping. So as you can see, pretty smooth so far. So now let's get into this one. So now we've got a dark oak tree. So now let's switch this to double tree mode. So now we've got 2 jungle trees. We got an even bigger jungle tree. Hold on, let me do time set. Sorry, weather clear. So now, do I have this in double tree mode? Okay, let me switch this to double tree mode again. And look at that. And that one was a very tall tree. And it chopped it down, no problem. There's still a few bits of wood, so let's go get that. So let me switch this back to single tree. Okay, so now we got mangrove. So now we got cherry blossoms. And last but not least, we got the pale oak, which was recently added to the game. So let's switch to double tree mode for this one. So that is basically the power of the Tree Chopper Axe version 2. Okay, so now that you've seen all that, let's go over the commands into making this all work out. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, make sure you guys leave a like on this video, and subscribe when notifications turned on. And with that, let's get into the commands, so be back in a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so first things first, we need a couple scoreboard commands into making this all work out. Starting with this one right here. So it's scoreboard objectives add, and then we do tree underscore chop right over here. And then here we do minecraft.used colon minecraft.netherite underscore axe right over here. And then this command simply removes that scoreboard if needed. And now we move on to this scoreboard command. So same first bit, except we put the name single underscore tree underscore mode right over here. And then in the second half, we do the same thing, except we put at the end lime underscore die right over here. And then this command simply removes that scoreboard if needed. And then we move on to this scoreboard command. So once again, same first bit here, except we put the name double underscore tree underscore mode right over here. And then in the second half, it's mostly the same, except we put at the end yellow underscore die right over here. And then this command simply removes that scoreboard if needed. Pretty standard stuff. So now we're moving on to the commands which activates the Tree Chopper Axe V2. And we're going to start with these ones right here that are for single tree mode. starting with this command, which will activate the tree chop scoreboard. So it's execute at P, run execute if items entity at A, and then here we do weapon.mainHand, and then you put in all the information for the tree chopper axe v2 single tree mode as you see here. And then in the second half we do this, run scoreboard player set at E, and inside brackets we do scores equals, inside color brackets we do tree underscore chop equals 1, 2 dots at the end, close both brackets, and then you put that same scoreboard name here with 0 at the end. And then this command right here spawns in tree chopped after breaking any logs. And what do I mean by that? Well, let me show you. So it's execute as at A at S, anchored eyes, and then here we do run summon armor underscore stand, then you do 3 up arrows like this with 2 here, and then you put in all the information for it as you see here. So that's basically what it is, an invisible armor stand that spawns in to help chop down the rest of the tree. Let me quickly show you, so I'm gonna break this bit right here. And I'm gonna reset the practice tree and turn this on. Oh, and I need the axe. So watch what happens when I chop down the tree. As you can see, it pretty much spawns in an invisible armor stand, which is basically the secret to chopping down trees with ease, pretty much. Okay, so now let's get back to the commands. So this next command right here increases the tree chopped radius of breaking logs. So it's execute at E, and inside brackets we do name equals tree chopped right over here inside the quotation marks. And then here we do this. Run fill, and then we do 6 squiggly lines like this with 26 here. And then you do Minecraft : air, and then you do destroy at the end. So now this command right here removes the tree chopped after breaking logs. So basically when you hold the tree chopper axe in your main hand like this, as you can see, that armor stand pretty much disappears like so. Okay, back to the command. So this first half of the command is pretty much exactly the same as the first half of the very first command I just showed you. Except we do this here. Run kill at E, and inside brackets we do type equals Minecraft : armor underscore stand, and then here we do name equals tree chopped, comma sort equals nearest. So then this command right here gives double tree mode if axe is in offhand. So this first half of the command is pretty much exactly the same as the first half of the last one I just showed you, except we want to put weapon.offhand right over here, and then the rest of this bit is pretty much the same. And then we do this in the second half. Run item replace entity at P, and then we do hotbar.for with, and then you put in all the information for the special yellow die named double tree mode, as you see here. And then this command right here pretty much removes that item when the axe is in your main hand. So once again, the first half of this command is exactly the same, except in this bit we want to put unless instead of if, as you see right here. So this will pretty much mean, unless you are holding the axe in your offhand, then it's going to run this command. Run clear at P, and then you put in all the information for the special double tree mode once again. So this command right here activates the double tree mode scoreboard. So same first half as some of the others I've shown you. Except we do this here. Run execute as at R at S, if entity at S, and inside brackets we do scores equals, and inside color brackets we do double underscore tree underscore mode equals 1, 2 dots at the end, close both brackets, and then here we do run scoreboard player set at E, and inside brackets we put the same thing as before, and then you put that same scoreboard name here with 0 at the end. So this command right here removes the tree chopper axe, when it's in single tree mode of course. So once again, same first half as some of the others I've shown you. Except we do this here. Run clear at P, and in here you just put in all the information for the tree chopper v2 in single tree mode once again. So then this command right here gives you the tree chopper axe in your main hand in double tree mode. So it's execute at P, run item replace entity at P, and then here we do weapon dot main hand with, and then you put in all the information for the tree chopper v2 in double tree mode as you see here. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the commands for double tree mode. Starting with this command, which will activate the tree chopped scoreboard once more. So most of these commands for the double tree mode section are pretty much going to be relatively the same as the one for single tree mode, as you'll get to see. So this first bit is mostly the same as the one for the single tree mode, except here you just want to put in all the information for the tree chopper v2 in double tree mode as you see here. And then the second half of this command is pretty much exactly the same as you see right here. Then this command right here pretty much spawns in a tree chopped after breaking any logs, aka the special invisible armor stand. So as you can see, this command is pretty much exactly the same as the one for single tree mode. But the only difference is that it's got 3 more, as you see right here. So what's different about this command is you want to come over here and do 3 instead of 2 in this bit. And then for this one, we want to come over here and you want to do -1 here, and then you put 2 this bit right here. And then for this last one, we want to come over here and do -1 once again, and then you do 3 right over here. And let me quickly show you where those armor stands are right now. So I'm going to break this bit once again. Quickly turn on the command so I can show you. Oh, I already had the axe, my bad. So as you can see, this is pretty much where all 4 of the armor stands are when you chop down bigger trees, as you see right here. And this is pretty much the placement, so this was command number 2, right over here, number 3, 4, and 5. So that's pretty much what each command placement was when you chop down big trees. Okay, so back to the command. So this command right here will once again increase tree chopped radius of breaking logs. So as you can see, it's pretty much exactly the same as the one for single tree mode. So now this command right here will once again remove the tree chopped after breaking logs. So when I hold this in my main hand, as you can see, those armor stands disappear. So pretty much exactly the same first bit as the one for single tree mode, except you're putting in all the information for the Tree Chopper V2 double tree mode, as you see here. And then the rest of this command is pretty much exactly the same. So now this command right here gives the single tree mode item if the axe is in your offhand. So this first half of the command is pretty much exactly the same as the last one I just showed you, except we put weapon dot offhand right over here, and then you put in all the information for the Tree Chopper V2 double tree mode once again. And then in the second half we do run item replace entity at P, and then you do hotbar.for with, and then you put in all the information for the special lime die named single tree mode, as you see here. So this command right here will remove the single tree mode item if the axe is in your main hand. So as you can see, same first half as the last one, except here we want to put unless instead of if right over here, and then the rest of this bit is mostly the same. And then here you do run clear at P, and then you put in all the information for the single tree mode item once again. So now this command right here activates the single tree mode scoreboard. And then as you can see in the second half, it's pretty much exactly the same as the one for double tree mode, except here we want to put the name single underscore tree underscore mode right over here. And then you put that same scoreboard name here, and at the end right over here. So then this command right here removes the tree chopper axe, when it's in double tree mode of course. So once again, same first half as the last one I just showed you. And then here we do run clear at P, and then you just put in all the information for the Tree Chopper V2 double tree mode axe once again. So this command right here gives the Tree Chopper axe in your main hand, in single tree mode of course. So this command is pretty much exactly the same as the one for single tree mode, except here we want to put in all the information for the Tree Chopper V2 single tree mode, as you see here. So this last command right here resets the tree chopped scoreboard. Also, as a quick note, make sure to activate this command after activating all of the others first. Otherwise, the command here will not work properly. So as you can see, it's pretty much a simple scoreboard players reset at a tree_chop. And yeah, that is pretty much improved tree chopper commands in Minecraft. And that, my friends, is gonna wrap up for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. And turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next week in the next one. Goodbye!